Let's bring in Fox's contributor, Deroy Murdock. Okay, Nike hasn't responded. Why would they do this, Deroy? Why step into it like this and risk your business?
Yeah, they're stepping into flaming shoes. Imagine that.
Yeah.
No, this is a very odd choice. Kaepernick is one of the most divisive figures in the country. He's a total lightning rod. And it's just a terrific way to upset about half the country to the point where you've got boycotts going, shoes on fire. You don't see that every day. And they've just bought themselves a world of hurt. Now, they may think they're going to pick up some people who are pro-Kaepernick, but I think it's going to be a much smaller number than people who are alienated by this.
Well, I think a lot of people have been alienated, and the NFL ratings show that. I can't wait to hear when the NFL finally does respond to this, and they will at some point. But I want to show you this. You know, there was a Wall Street Journal NBC poll, the kneeling, the controversy. What do you make of this? I want to show you how people responded to the question, is it appropriate for NFL players to kneel during the anthem? Yes to 43%, right? 54% say no, not appropriate.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is why doesn't Nike executives look at this and say, maybe we don't want to step into a controversy, which frankly is now going to court because Colin Kaepernick is suing the NFL.
Absolutely. And it's not like he has such a great athletic record. I mean, this guy's not on the team right now. It's a good idea to show up at work. We haven't seen that, so you can't really praise the guy's work ethic. And, whether you agree or disagree with him, I think we all believe as an American he has a right to, under the First Amendment, to do this. The question is time and place. If he wants to hold a press conference after hours or get a bunch of team members to march through the streets, that's great. But when he's at the stadium, when they're all at the stadium, their job is to play football, to work at the workplace. There's a workplace right now. If you and I decided to get on our knees, that would be inappropriate.
Right.
Want to do it off hours? I don't think anybody would object.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones were the first people to come out and go, look, this is a business. I need my players on the field.
Right.
He told me that in an interview last year.
Yeah.
He said, I need my players on the field. This is the business of football, which is a multi-billion-dollar business, the richest sport, not in the world, but at least in the United States, take away soccer. I mean, he said, look, this is your job. And the NFL had to come up with an anthem policy. Now we have that in place, and that's becoming controversial. I don't know. The one thing I would say about these players, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand it to stand up for something, to stand for a cause, something you believe in. But why not take that mandate and that passion and that belief and do it off the field? Colin Kaepernick is so concerned about racial injustice. Go out into the community. Go to Oakland, right there. You want to see racial injustice? Go to Chicago.
Imagine going to Chicago,
right
getting a whole bunch of
there.
NFL players marching down Michigan Avenue saying enough with the deaths. This has to stop. Stop shooting each other. The cops have got to do their jobs. A couple weeks ago, they had 75 people killed over a weekend. Apparently one person arrested. That should be a source of outrage. They could go demonstrate after hours about that. Instead, they're kneeling through the anthem, upsetting people, NFL ratings going down, empty seats in the stadiums. This seems like a disaster for the NFL, and now that Nike stepped into it, and they're creating perhaps a disaster for themselves.
What do you make of the police organization saying they're not going to boycott? I mean, I think this is just the first of many groups, and I'm thinking about veterans groups in particular, or active military personnel that are going to say, you know what, thanks a lot. I've dedicated my life to the American flag in this country. You're disrespecting me.
Absolutely correct.
They've already been turning their TVs off. I'm wondering if it's going to go further.
The TVs are going to go off. Fewer people will be in the stadiums. And, people complain about the police. But if something goes wrong, most people don't call Kaepernick. They call 911. Isn't it funny how that works?
Isn't that amazing that's just how things kind of roll out?
Yeah.
Well, look, I mean, I have also reached out to the NFL, as Adam has, and I'm hoping to hear back before the end of the day today. And they are going to respond. It's just I think they're working on what that response needs to be right now. But
until then, the shoes will burn.